Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss Robocop, the 2014 version, starring Joel Kinnaman, Gary Oldman, Michael Keaton, Abby Cornish, Samuel L. Jackson, and Jackie Earle Haley, directed by Jose Padilla. Now I remember seeing this with a couple of friends in movie theaters, and what do I think of it? Well, let's get into it. We open with Pat Novak, played by Samuel L. Jackson, reporting the news of the ED-209 in Iraq, and we also meet Rick Maddox, played by Jackie Earle Haley, and I enjoy both actors' presence in this movie, but their roles is misused in this movie, but I still like them here. In the city of Detroit, we meet Alex Murphy, played by Joel Kinnaman, whose partner Jack Lewis, instead of Ann Lewis in the original. Now we have Jack, who was shot and hospitalized, but not dead, might I add. And I think Peter Weller is a better Alex Murphy / Robocop than Joel Kinnaman is, I should say. I think he's fine, but he's not great either, I must say. Raymond Sellers, played by Michael Keaton, creates a robot that can feel things and hires Dr. Dennett Norton, played by Gary Oldman, to put it together. And I also enjoy Michael Keaton and Gary Oldman, as well as Liz Klein, played by Jennifer Eel, and Tom Pope, played by G.B.M.H. And these actors are cast perfectly, except for Alex and Clara Murphy, played by Abby Cornish, who have no chemistry. And Alex gets exploded by his car, and Clara decides to keep Alex alive. And we move 3 months later. Alex becomes half man, half robot, and it's moving as quick as the original film. And I enjoyed that for an action sci-fi film, I must say. Alex goes through the process with Dr. Norton of what he has left and trains him to become Robocop. And honestly, Kinnaman's acting is bad in here, like in another movie I reviewed of his before, Suicide Squad, which was much worse than here. But the performances by the other actors are what put this movie together. Alex meets Rick and treats him rather harshly and calls him Tin Man, and plays that one song from The Wizard of Oz as they're testing his skills. And I'm not having as bad of a time as the sequels, as it's a B movie with popcorn entertainment, but the original's still better on it. I love the testing scene with the gunplay in the warehouse, and he tasers Maddox at the end. It cracked me up, and the action is working for me, I must be honest there. Alex comes back home and working as a half-man, half-robot, and is introduced to the world as he's tasing a criminal in public in front of television cameras, and the whole city shows, and on the TV, then Novak says what he's called the first, which is Robocop, and the way Sam Jackson says it is gold, because it is the film's title after all, and Robocop goes after the criminal masterminds, and Sellers believes Dr. Norton doesn't have control of Robocop and calls Maddox, for what reason, to take control of. And I enjoy the menace of Jackie Earle Haley and Michael Keaton, and their scenes are dynamite altogether. And I mean that in a good way, by the way. Alex investigates his own death and goes after his own murderer, named Marcus Price. I think it's Marcus Price, I can't remember, and shoots his goons down, including Price himself, and finds 2 corrupt cops who hated him since the beginning of this movie, and shoots the 2 corrupted cops, and tries to get a confession from Captain Dean, who tried to kill him twice, and Maddox powers him down, and Clara and their son tries to see Alex for weeks, and Sellers tries to keep the good people frightened and the bad people powerful. And Dr. Norton wakes Alex up, and Sellers wants to shut down the Robocop. And Alex goes after Sellers to arrest him for the attempted murder of himself, might I add, and fights the ED-209s. And I love that fight. And the fight with Maddox getting shot by Lewis, and Alex goes after Sellers and struggles with shooting him until he does. And Dr. Norton makes Alex into the Robocop we remember from the 1980s, maybe 90s. And as a climax, it was fun. I'm going to be honest, it's a popcorn entertainment movie. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 7.1 out of 10. Not as good as the original Robocop, but I had fun with it. With performances like Gary Oldman, Michael Keaton, Sam Jackson, and Jackie Earle Haley are what put this movie together. This is a fun cheeseball gunplay action movie, and I think people will have fun with it. In my opinion, anyways. So I recommend you guys see this and turn off your brains like I did for this one. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me for the Robocop series. And until then, your move, creep.